Okay. In order to make the classes as freely accessible as possible, the participants have to give you a warning. Participation in the online class is voluntary. Physical activity programs may result in injury. And by participating, you assume the risk of injury that may result from your participation. I strongly recommend that you participate from a space that's suitable for the activity. And really for this, it's just anywhere you have room to move. Just make sure you have on flat shoes or barefoot, depending on the surface you're on. You don't have to get on the ground. You don't need any special clothes. You're encouraged to stop if you experience any pain or injury and seek appropriate medical advice or care as needed. William & Mary Health and Wellness strongly recommends that each participant have an annual physical examination and follow the advice of your healthcare provider before participating. I do have to give you also one announcement. We've been meeting at 3 o'clock, and we're going to do that again week after this coming. But this coming week, William & Mary is doing sort of Earth Week, health and wellness kind of thing. And so on April the 16th, we'll meet at 3:30 because they have something else going on at 3, and they didn't want us to be up, on the same time as that. So let me get this thing set up here and get started. You have any music at home you want? Go ahead and do that. Anything soft, slow, smooth. And if you've been in class with me, what we usually used was an app called Relaxing Spa Music that you can get from your app store. I know when we checked in class, Google's store had it, but I'm not sure that Apple's did. But it's pretty nice. And unfortunately, we can't use it here because of copyright issues. And if you hear snoring, that's Sandy over my shoulder, and she tends to do that. I'm not sure where Leo went to, but if you see a little terrier walking around, that's him. We did kind of the introductory stuff last week, so let's get just right to it without a lot of the preliminary stuff. Get your foundation set up, and that's your feet, visible on the outsides of your feet. And I'm getting a pop-up. The internet connection is unstable, so if things are kind of jerky, that's why. Just relax down into it. And then just let your weight shift from one side to the other. So it's like you have a pendulum hanging down from the byway, going from the center of one foot to the center of the other foot. So you're shifting your weight completely from one side to the other. If you want, you can use the pouring where you visualize warm, salty water going from one side to the other, moving your weight from one side to the other. And as the water moves, it just cleans all the cells. And it starts at the tip of your toes all the way up to the top of your head, down to your fingertips. And just breathe down to your abdomen. There's a variation on the abdominal breathing you can do. You can visualize yourself breathing into your heart. So the air comes in right in that middle dantian or your heart chakra. You just relax into it, and as you do, you just picture someone or something you feel particularly grateful for, that you care about very much. Just relax. Just going to start to swing from one side to the other. Just let your arms go. Shifting away from one side to the other. When all the weight's on one foot, the heel, and the other foot comes up just a little bit. And then it's just a drum or a tap just inside shoulder. And then at the base of the rib cage, just inside the hip. And then lower down to the end. And then just let your arms swing again. Just come back to the center and loosen up the hips a little bit. Upper hand keeps your head more or less still. Lower hand takes your hip out to the side. Just come back to the center. Arms come up and down, and when they come down, your hips go back just a little bit, so there's a little bit of a squat to it. It's an inhale up and an exhale down. Balance everything out. Bring your hands in, curl your fingers in like tiger paws. We're going to start off with 5 animals. As your hands come up, it's like the tiger is going to reach out and grab dinner. So again, you're moving your whole body, breathing with your whole body. Come up, exhale down. Balance everything out. You're shifting your weight from one side to the other. Your fingertips are trailing as you shift. The next animal is a deer. So deer have antlers, so you curl in hands so you have fingers that look like that. You step up. As you shift your weight up, you turn on the heel, and you get a little bit of a twist. Again, you stay in your comfort zone. If there's any twinge or anything, you just back off until it feels okay, and you go to the other side as you exhale. Other side. And then just balance everything out. The next animal is a monkey, and the monkey is stealing peaches. So it's coming up on your toes if you can. If you can't, you just visualize yourself doing that. So you come up, you bring your hands up, your shoulders up. So you're going to feel some movement in the muscles in your neck as you turn first on one side and the other side. And then you just relax back down. So it's an inhale and an exhale. Or just however feels most comfortable for you breathing. I'll do a couple more. Balance everything out. Bear is next. So you make fists with your thumbs towards your abdomen. And again, you're moving with your whole body. So it's kind of a moving around that middle dantian, the lower dantian, center of gravity, massaging, and then reverse. Balance everything out. And the last animal is crane. So the crane's getting ready to fly. Shift all your weight into one foot. It's a nice balance exercise. Just breathe however feels best for you. We'll do one more on each side. Balance everything out. Arms come up, and down, and it's just like an opening move if you practice Yang style Tai Chi before. It's called opening the door or opening energy channels. And your arms come up. Open wide, open the chest, and then come back in and press down. It's an inhale and exhale. Come back to center. Next is painting a rainbow across the sky. Your arms come up. One arm goes directly out to the side, palm up. Other hand folds over the top of your head with Gong point lined up with that way. You shift your weight into that side, and you turn and look over your outstretched hand. Then it's a weight shift to the other side. You turn and look the other way. Come back to center. Your arms come down. Come to the left or right, but either one doesn't matter. Inhale. And exhale. Arms come down. And the next is basically the arm movements from Repulse the Monkey. So one arm goes forward, palm down, the other arm is at 4 o'clock or 8 o'clock, palm up, folds over, And the front goes palm up and you push down as you pull in. Back down. And then like you're on a paddle board, pull yourself through water. Again, hips go back a little bit bend in the knees when you come down. Back to the center. Then it's going to be a weight shift from one side to the other. It's just like you're tossing something off in the distance. Again, the heel on the foot that's not holding weight comes off the ground a little bit like I did in the taijiquan swing. Back to the center. Can be rotating on that center axis, keeping your knees nice and soft so your arms can go up like you're tossing something over your shoulder. Back to the center. Your hands are near your hips, palm up. And again, keeping your knees nice and soft, you bring your hand up, you turn on that center axis and push to the opposite corner. So you have to have your knees soft so they bend just a little bit. It's an exhale and an inhale. Come back to center, and then this one called wave hands like clouds in the Qigong style, so your hands are going to be facing towards you. So weight shift from one side to the other. Upper hands below eye level, lower hands in front of that lower dantian. This is one we sometimes use as a standing meditation. Back to the center. Then you shift your weight into one leg, either one, it doesn't matter. But the other side, you have the toes towards the corner. As you shift your weight into that leg, the arm on that side goes underneath the other, and then cross. So it's shifting from front to back. Balance it out, do the same thing to the other side. Got really big acupressure points in your wrist, so you may feel a little bit of tingling in your hands when you're doing that one. The other corner, it's a push. Hands come up and then they come back towards you. So it's like you're making a circle in front. Do the same thing to the other side. Back to the center, fist at your hips, but they're soft fists, so you don't squeeze tightly. That's a punch. Straight ahead, and you, all the joints just relax, move outwards, and expand, and then they come back as you exhale and inhale. Just relax your hands. And it's like you're flying when your arms come down, again, your hips go back like you do some squats. So you're not leaning over, you're keeping your center over your foundation. Hands come down, hips go back again, turn your hands so your fingers are facing one direction and it's making a circle. As you do, your fingertips are facing when they go across the top and then they trail again. Reverse. Back to the center. And then all your weight goes in one foot so the other foot can come up. Opposite hand counterbalances. Let's come up. And just like you're pressing energy down through your body. Hands come down, move your feet a little bit further apart, and then just inhale. Exhale, hands get a little further apart each time. Do 5 treasures. The first one is called ocean wave breathing. It's an open and close, but you're using your whole body to breathe, not just moving your arms. Just like the ocean, the tide goes in and out. Now, hands are going to get a little closer together each time. Arms come up and then bringing up energy from the earth Hips go back so you can keep your center over your foundation. You come up like you're pouring energy from the earth over yourself. So an exhale and an inhale. Then you're catching starlight, so you make a hook hand just like you do in single whip and yang style. Goes at the base of your spine. Shift your weight into that side so you can turn the toe on the other side towards the corner. Then you shift your weight over there, and again you start down low and work your way up a little bit each time, moving your whole body, shifting your weight, turning on that center axis. We start coming back down. Balance it out. We do the same thing to the other side. And then work your way back down. And bringing in energy to the heart. So your hands take your hips back, your hands make a little kind of a curling motion. They reach out and grab and pull back towards your heart. So exhale and inhale. And reverse. And bringing down energy from the heavens. And just about 3 breaths at your own pace, making the exhale last longer than the inhale. Let's come up and open and close 3 times. Then your hips go back, 70% of your range of motion, flow down like water, and then come back up. Take your hands so your fingers are facing forwards, and you make a circle in front and down. You rotate to your left side, right hand on top, and just inhale and exhale. Rotate to the other side. Now your left hand's on top. Back to the front. Hands come up, and first there's some massage down the back, and you can massage your lower back a little extra if you want to, and then the front and sides. Arms come around, shoulders nice and relaxed, elbows up a little bit. So it's like you have your arms around a big tree, so bend in your knees, tailbone tucked in, hips back. Just inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Balance everything out 3 times. Thanks. I'll turn the recording off and then talk for a little bit, maybe.